What's up guys, it's your boy Mr. Aviation. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to play Pilot Training Flight Simulator, also known as PTFS. It's the most famous pilot game in Roblox, so I'm going to teach you how to play this game. So you'll find this graphic level section. You choose to have low, if like for lower end devices, or if you're in PC or laptop, you can just put on normal for now. Then you can go here where you open the tutorial. Well, I'm going to give you a more straightforward tutorial, so let's get into it. So first up, we got the nice old options where you can have infinite fuel. This means you don't need to refuel your plane every once in a while. Then you have hold space to exit. I don't know if that's really important. Then drain enabled, it could annoy you, so just put that on false. So instant loading would instantly load you in, so make that on and put infinite fuel on. Or you just want to have a more, well, realistic gameplay, you should just put it off. Now we head into play. So Greater Rockford is the most famous airport in this game, so you want to join it. Then it would show you here. You can either spawn in at night or spawn in at day. So you'd find these little pads on top of it are called aircraft spawners. So I want to press on this. Then you can choose all, choose between any airline you want, or choose airlines, amphibious, yeah, cargo, those are like the Boeings. That's the four-jet engine plane. Then you've got helicopters, some are actually Game Pass, some light aircraft, the Bombardier Learjet. Then you've got the modern military, the F-15E Strike Eagle is the second fastest airplane, coming at 1,650 knots. I'll show you after in this video what knots mean. Then you've got the oil military with these weird looking planes. Then you have miscellaneous, not honestly called or known as planes. But sure, why not? We can count them. So I'm going to go to cargo and choose the Boeing 747 DSUS. Okay. So now here you have something called run tool, marshal, parachute, and binoculars. Let's start with the binoculars. So you have the binoculars here. Now if you click, you find out that you can actually zoom in and zoom out by using the scroll mouse button. Then you've got the parachute. This is like if you're jumping and you want not to die, you could just put the parachute to slow you down. Then you have a marshal. I'm going to show you what this means. This is the person who literally showed the direction for the plane, like this is stop engines, all clear, face me. It's quite useless. I don't think anybody will understand what any of these signs mean. But then it comes to the run tool. By equipping the run tool, you can sprint extremely fast, which you would want. Okay, now you want to enter the worldwide services or whatever plane you have chosen. You can choose to be a pilot, a passenger, like whatever you want. Then here you can find that you can zoom in to see like a more realistic gameplay of being a pilot. So now we need to start the engine. This is a PC tutorial. That's all you need to know. So to start the engine, you can also see controls here, just so you can see. You want to press E to start the engine. Okay, as you can see now there's some sounds that you can see here. So that's basically how to start the engine, by pressing E. Then you can press W to turn on the throttle. The throttle basically controls the speed of the airplane. Now to move the airplane to a direction, you need to move that mouse here. You see that white circle, the small white circle? This controls how to move the plane, basically, okay? So the higher the throttle, the faster the plane should go. And it really depends on what airline you're using. That would count at the speed. Okay, now we are about to fly, but you need to find the clear path. Now put 100% throttle to go really fast. Once you hit about like 120 to 140 kts, as you can see here, beside the altitude, there's something called kts, that's the speed. So to take off, you want to put your mouse on the top, so it can bring the plane upwards. Now you're currently flying. So you can play with the mouse movement. So now you know how to take off. You need to know more of the controls. And you see the flaps here? The flaps actually control some of the speeds on which the plane can go. When you put flaps, it slows down the plane, but when you remove flaps, it it basically just puts the plane at normal speed. So to turn on both flaps, or depending on which airline, most airplanes have like 3 flaps. So to turn on flaps, you can press H and H. To turn off flaps, you can press Y and then Y. Now we are currently flying with a SUS. This is a type of plane in PTFS, Pilot Training Flight Simulator. So now we need to head to maybe Perth, okay? Now we're going to zoom in so we can fly, which is better. Now if you want to more control on the plane, you can press Z for advanced control. This can basically spin the airplane faster and actually spin at 360 and also 180. It basically makes the plane less controllable. For example, if I do like this, I might actually fall over, but don't do that. So Z is basically not really useful. So now we are coming across Saint Bartholomew. This is a airport, but we don't want to go to the Saint Bartholomew airport. We want to go to Perth. So you should just move the mouse, try and play here, but just turn off Z if you want some easier controls. Okay, now you can see your name and the name of the plane here. And here inside you can see everything, how it moves. There aren't really any realistic controls just yet, you never know. But until now, you can actually find the game pretty interesting. Now you see what's gear down. Gear down are those wheels right here. If you press G, you remove the gears, and if you press G again, you put back the gears. So I recommend you not putting on the gears when you're flying, just when you're about to land. So remove the G, add the flaps to slow your plane down, and boom. Now we are coming across Perth. This is where we're going to go to the landing part. So before landing, you want to press the button P. The P basically is the reverse for the plane. So if you press it, it will actually slow down the plane while making it easier to land. So you can test out the zoom in and zoom out. If you want a more realistic place, like the game, you can zoom in. But for now, I'm going to zoom out so you can play. Now let's continue with some basic maneuvers. For example, I'm going to press P again since it's quite far. For example, if you press F, you are now cruising. This stops the plane in a cruising form. If you press F again, it will make the plane continue moving. Now there's something called hold the altitude. You see your feet here? The feet are basically how high you go. If you press R, it will maintain this feet. And press R again to just move at your pace. Now you press P as you're approaching the airport, so you want to find a easy airway street for you to move. Now you probably want to choose advanced so you can move easier, and you want to lower your altitude to about 500. Once you reach like 150 kts, also known as the speed, you can land safely. Now you want to hold the gear down, and here you can land perfectly. Now if it goes under 100, something will happen called stalling. Stalling basically stalls the airplane, making it go down, which is not really good. You see, it makes that noise. So stalling is really not good for your airplane, or you might actually fall. So just maintain speed between 90 to 120 kts when landing. Just something like this. I'm about to land, and boom, taxi. So this is basically how to take off and come back.